I believe we are live. Let's see. Just testing, sure everything is, and we are. All right, tonight's game will feature the Gamecocks of South Carolina and the Commodores. Obviously, coming into this game, two undefeated teams so far throughout the year. As obviously Georgia just took down Tennessee 44-41, pretty big win, and we will obviously coming in this game, the biggest question mark is how South Carolina's offensive line will cater with Vanderbilt's massive defensive line, with a lot of big bodies in there. Getting Russell um, and able to get him fully adapted to this new line um, throughout the game, just getting everybody involved and everything like that. So we will get the stream popped up here. Obviously, it's only audio. I can't show anything like copyright issues, but we'll get the stream rolling here soon with the game. Hope you all enjoy it. Check out my guy at Big Blue Breakdown, Jackson Thurman. He's running the Kentucky game over there, so you can check him out and things like that. So kickoff 7:45 could be pushed back maybe to 8ish, depending on what the earlier games look like, so on and so forth. But hope y'all enjoy it, and we're just gonna test this out, see how it goes, and have a good night. So we'll try to get this popped up here, but again, biggest thing is Eli Stowers of Vanderbilt is one of the top tight ends in the game. Um, and we should be able to get logged in here in a minute. So as soon as 7:45, we'll be rolling. You all enjoy it. We're gonna have a good time and get ready to roll. So 7:45 kickoff and Gamecocks Commodores SEC opener for South Carolina. So and it's in Williams Bryce. So it's gonna be a fun one. I'm excited. Um, sh- should be more of an offensive showing, but we could be swapped. We'll see. Um, just trying to everything and see how everything looks. Let me check this out real quick. I'm making sure the stream is up and good to go. Let's see. There we go. All right. I'm gonna test it without the headphones to see if I hear it. So okay. Well, I can't hear myself through here, so we're just gonna pop those. But y'all can still hear me, so that's all that matters. Alrighty. Well, we're gonna get rocking and rolling here sooner rather than later, and let's see. Trying to just get the stream pulled up in a few minutes here as we'll kick off 7:45. Obviously, again, coming in this game, a big plus for the Gamecocks is Rasul Faison. Having him back in the fold is massive. Getting him able and ready to roll is big. Along with Nick Harbor getting that offense fully rolled in. That was a big part in Shane Beamer's press conference, was getting their full offense fold ready to rock, ready to roll, due to all the issues earlier in the season, the first 2 weeks, with all the offensive concepts and everything not going as planned. So we'll get this rolling sooner, and should be able to get ready to roll. So again, thank you all for joining us. 2 unbeaten teams so far throughout the first 2 weeks of the season. Should be a good one. I believe it's on the SEC Network, so we'll check this out real quick. Appreciate it. Oh, all right. Let's see here. ESPN's a little finicky sometimes, so we gotta check it out. It says upcoming. So we'll get should get rolling as soon as the stream rolls live, but it is on ESPN. I was just trying to double check because sometimes the streaming gets mixed up. But in the comments, what do y'all got tonight? What's any score predictions? Anything for you guys rolling? As far as offensively goes, I got us winning 35-28. I think it'll be a good game, but I think our offense will prevail. I think Pavia will obviously have some open targets to hit, but I think overall, I feel very confident about our ability to go in there and win. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, sorry guys, again trying to get this stream up. ESPN doing the ESPN thing. But as soon as it goes live, we will bring you the coverage. Again, thank you all for joining us tonight. Going to be a great night of football. And excited to get rolling. All right, here we go. Let's try this. Let's test this out, see what it looks like. Okay, so it's basically in a holding pattern due to the last game and its issues. I guess where the kickoff got pushed back a little bit. So we'll see. I'm gonna test something to see if I can hear the audio from the game real quick. If y'all can hear this, and I'm gonna check. Let's see. Okay, we're good. I was making sure I could hear the audio here, guys. And here we go, boys. It's boys and girls. It is here. The stream is on. We're ready to roll. Williams Bryce is rocking. Full crowd. No rain tonight. No delays. On time. Great. South Carolina in the garnet and white jerseys tonight. And Pavia and crew in the all white with the gold trim and the black trim. Gonna be a absolute barn burner tonight. Should be. But it's Williams Bryce at night, so you never know what's gonna happen. Welcome, Big Blue Breakdown, into the stream. Thank you for joining us. Kentucky fandom there at its best. Check him out again. Great Kentucky coverage over there. And we will get rolling here shortly. ESPN is just rolling a few intro videos as we will get rolling sooner rather than later. Oh, if y'all are able, turn on that TV, turn the volume down, and hear my coverage because man, Williams Bryce is rolling the towels. Sandstorm's hitting, and man, it's loud in there. Whoa, 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, I'll actually be in Columbia for a Kentucky game. That's gonna be a heater. That's gonna be a good one. But again, South Carolina in the garment jerseys and looks like white pants. Vanderbilt in the all white with the golden black trim as the Sandstorm song plays and Shane Beamer gets interviewed right before kickoff. This is going to be a good one. I think out of the SEC slate, besides maybe the Tennessee Georgia game, I think this is probably the best game for SEC this week. I think that LSU will take care of Florida pretty good, which I know it's a little bit highly more favored, but I think this game will be really tight. So we'll see how this goes. And obviously, one thing is you got to control Pavia, knowing that he's a dual threat guy. He can move out of the pocket, make plays. So you got to always have a spy down there to guard him, um, and take away his run. But besides that, I mean, when you got Nick Harbor on one side, Mazio Ben on the other, Norris Sellers at quarterback, I like our chances. And again, I got us 35-28 winning tonight. So we'll see how this rolls. Looks like they're about to roll up for kickoff here. This is their first 3-0 start, excuse me, since 2012, and obviously coming in AP top 11 or number 11, excuse me. That's a big target, coming in. Even though you're at home, ranked versus unranked is always meant for an upset. So anything can happen. It's SEC football. But it's going to be a good one, and having Rasul on definitely helps in the backfield, along with, as I said, Nick Harbor. Dylan Stewart on the defensive side is obviously an absolute dog. He controls the line of scrimmage, can go make plays, and so I mean, as long as you can minimize Diego Pavia's run along with Eli Stowers, I definitely like our chances. But those are the two guys from Vandy for me to watch out for. So we'll check it out and we'll see how this goes. I didn't really see a like a sign to see who got ball first, but we'll see. Okay, so Carolina won the toss and they deferred to the second half. So Vandy will receive to start the start the game. And again, like I said, if you could turn the TV on, the lights are popping. It looks fun in there, and that's why I think it's one of the top atmospheres in college football. Definitely when you get the towels rolling and everything else, it's really fun. But again, this is gonna be another barn burner. I think SEC football wise, this is gonna be a top matchup to watch out for, and this is something to set your resume with as well. So as South Carolina goes out for the opening kickoff, they will roll the Sandstorm, and it's gonna be a good one. But that's what Williams Rice is at night, definitely. As they line up for the kickoff again garment in the garnet top jerseys and the white bottoms. Vandy in the iced out white with the black lettering and numbers, along with the gold and black trim on the helmets. They will get rolling, and as they break from the huddle, Vandy will get back to receive. And we are off in Williams Bryce. Vandy will take it from the goal line as a returner gets up to about the 25, maybe the 26. They set up shop 1st and 10. Diego Pavia, Eli Stowers, and crew come out for their first drive of the game, and we'll see how that goes. Obviously, having Pavia helps, but you got to have weapons. So we'll see. We'll see how that fares against our defense. Which I have some things going into that. We'll see, but Pavia has one receiver to each side as one comes in motion. Inside handoff gets absolutely stuffed up up there. Brian Thomas Jr. coming in there with a tackle for loss, maybe about a loss of 2 yards. 2nd and 12 coming up. Great inside read there from Thomas Jr. Getting a really good look at what was going to happen, and even rocking even more. Pavia has one back to his left, fullback right in front of him. 2 receivers stacked out on the right. One of the slots come in motion, fake sweep, thrown to the right to Stowers. He gets about 11 in the first down. And that will move the chains. They break it out. Looks like they got one running back to his left again with a one receiver split out. Play action pass. Intended looked like to number 8. Broken up there by Brennan Cisse from Cisse to get a stop for the Gamecocks. For Vandy. Pavia reading the defense here. They got a pretty heavy set as one of their fullbacks come in motion. They look to pass it again. Stowers, maybe about 4 or 5. 3rd and medium. About 3rd and 6 for the Commodores. Big play right here. Look for Dylan Stewart to apply some pressure, hopefully get a stop, or at least cause some havoc to get into Pavia's head a little bit here. Massive play. Williams Bryce is rocking. Let's see what we can do. Pavia from the shotgun formation. There's one running back to his right, adjusting the call. 2 receivers out left, 2 on the right. Goes for a read option, flips it. He gets a first down as he basically flips it backwards and gets about 5 yards for first down. First and 10 for the Commodores. One slot guy comes in motion. They get about 4. And they'll set up 2nd and 6 across the 50. Pavia and crew driving down the field. One in a slot. Throws an RPO bubble. Gets swung across for a first down. Gets it about 4 first downs, so that will move the chains to the middle 40. Vandy takes from the shotgun snap. One guy directly behind them. Play action rollout. Hits number 4 for about 15. Another first down, Vandy. Offensive air air raid offense here so far from Pavia and crew. Some nice plays across. Just a bad inside read from the linebackers. We need to get more pressure on the inside to get Pavia right a little bit. And the crowd is a big part of this game, so we got to keep the crowd intact. Pavia again adjusting the line as two guys come to the right, maybe a run as the wide receivers are split out wide. Now the right side receiver comes in the slot motion and comes back out. Fake jet motion. They jump the pass as he goes in for a touchdown. Vanderbilt puts up 6 on the board early. 18-yard reception. So that will put Vandy up 6-0 early in the first quarter. That was just a great aware play from Pavia and Alexander there to connect across. So now Sellers and crew have to respond here. Vandy up for the extra point. No. They're taking an official review on the spot of the ball if his foot stepped out before the play ended. Yeah, that was a successful. So 6-0 pending extra point, and the extra point is up and good. 7-0 Commodores with 9:33 to go in the first quarter. As we head to ad break, 6-0, 9:33 to go again in the first quarter. Vanderbilt leads. All right, so again, Vandy takes the early 7-0 lead after Anderson punches it in on an outside pitch. After the extra point, they lead by touchdown. Sellers and crew will come back out of the commercial break to try to answer the call. Pavia and crew going about 60, 55 yards through the air on that last drive. Pretty much all aerial attacking at different points. So now you gotta get the defensive pressure amped up and, get the defense rested to get ready to roll and see what Sellers and the offense can do. Obviously, we got the receivers, you got the you gotta have that line protect. That's the biggest key to me going into this drive to see how the line protects because it's not about our weapons, it's not about our quarterback, it's not about our running backs, it's about that line. So we'll see. So Lenoris and crew will go out to receive the ball. They kick it off as we'll just take it for a touchback. Lenoris and crew will take it out first and 10 at the 25. So Lenoris and the crew will line up in the huddle to discuss the first play as they break it out. Fullback with stacked receivers playing really tight. Probably will be a run. No, it's a rollout pass, complete for about 35. Finally brought down across the 40-yard line. Big gain, good throw by Sellers, and the offense already in positive territory. Great toss and catch there from Sellers across the Hunt. Great play there from the Carolina offense. Sellers again bringing one fullback in motion. Faison on the outside carry, about a 12-yard gain and another first down. Offense opening it up again. 2 positive plays, 2 first downs. Sellers again. Hard count, takes the snap. QB keeper up the middle. It's about 7, maybe 8. Second and short. Second and 2 as they break out. Looks like they got Nick Harbor on the outside left and Faison behind him to his left. Hunt comes in motion. Another, not designed, but another QB keeper tries to get it across to a first down. Probably a third and very short, looks like. Yes, it'll be third and inches here. As the Gamecocks line up in the huddle. 3rd and 1. I might look to phase on here on the inside carry. They go to it though, and they get about 2 yards. First and 10 though for the Gamecocks. And they will line it back up. Looks like Bennett's on the same left side. Faison only running back in there. Sellers throws a cross to Nick Harbor. Keeps the ball secure. We're inside the 10-yard line. First and goal, Gamecocks. Nick Harbor reception. And that's a great connection to look for. Nick Harbor from Lenora Sellers. Sellers and crew, first and goal inside the 10. Faison outside, run left. Faison, there's no flags, and that's a touchdown for 6. We are all knotted back up. Quick South Carolina answer, courtesy Rasul Faze on a 7-yard rushing touchdown. Great play there from the former Utah State running back Rasul Faison. 7-yard touchdown carry. 75 yards on 7 plays, spanning 3.5 minutes. Pending extra point, we will be knotted back up with about 6 minutes to go. And yes, we are. 7-7, all tied. 5:58 to go in the first quarter. Courtesy Rasul Faison, we are 7-7 as we head back to break. About a minute before we come out of break, again, touchdown courtesy Rasul Faison. If you're just joining us, tied up 7-7 with 5:58 to go in the first quarter. Alexander punches it in early for the Commodores. Faison responds with a 7-yard touchdown to knot it up. Again, good to see the offense in the groove, passing, running, everything, play action even looked accurate. We'll just see how that phases throughout the game, and if our defense is able to get stops and our offense can find some things scripted like that, um, I feel very confident. It's just about our offensive line was blocking protection-wise very well. Didn't seem like there was any, bad pressure besides the one play on the keeper that he had to go across the line for. Besides that, everything else seemed very, well covered as far as protection-wise goes. Again, Williams Bryson, an absolute monsoon. We will be calling until halftime. Finally, you have to ask my personnel about that one. Vandy receiving the kickoff after the Sulfa's on touchdown. Big tackle. They get brought down inside the 12-yard line. We're getting chippy out here in Columbia. No flags though. So Pavia and crew will set up well inside there. Pavia set up with a Texas set as one fullback goes in the outside motion. Inside handoff, Dylan Stewart and DQ Smith, excuse me, brings him down with a combined tackle for loss. But love to see that though from Dylan Stewart and crew. Great defensive inside pressure, bringing them down. Javier goes to wide receivers out to his left side. Tight end comes in the backfield. Run, gets stopped up again. Another tackle for loss. In there, Stewart again, along with Clowney, bringing down another tackle for loss. Third down and long for the Commodores. Williams Bryce on their feet. Third and 9. Wide receiver goes out for a motion. Good blitz, good pressure. Quarterback steps up, throws it incomplete. No flags on the play. 4th and 9. Pinning a punt. South Carolina will get the ball back with 4:19 to go in the first quarter. Again, all tied up, 7-7. The All SEC Special Teams Player of the Week, Vakari Swain, returning the punt, has 3 punt return touchdowns for the Gamecocks. Dangerous returner back there is number 4. The punt is up high. We'll get a Avish. He breaks one tackle, runs to the outside, gets brought down, but a decent gain on the punt. Gets about 12 yards. 1st and 10 for the Gamecocks, just below the 50 as we come back. Again, about a minute and a half, and then we will resume play. Thank you all for joining us here again on a Week 3 matchup, Carolina and Vandy. 7-7, tied still as Carolina receives the ball off of a punt. Great inside pressure, like I was talking about with Dylan Stewart, Clowney, and Goodwine getting 3 good combined tackles, 2 TFLs, and big plays as we get ready to roll. 40 seconds to go before we return, and we'll be back in about 30. Again, Carolina will receive the ball off of a big punt. Good defensive pressure. 4:06 to go. Sellers will receive the ball. First and 10. Good to see the defense and offense kind of wake up at the same time, though. Hard count goes as Faison goes in motion. Sellers on the drop back. There's a cross. The middle. Nick Harbor spins out left. Big gain. 35 yards in the first down. Nick Harbor, massive catch there to extend the drive, get the first down, and move the chains. Sellers again, handoff, Faison, left side, carry, breaks about 3, gets shoestring tackled, but gets about 5 or 6 on the carry. Looks like he's on the backfield. Michael Smith coming across to tighten up the line. Outside left, good cutback by Faison. 12 up the middle. 12 yards. First down. Move the chains. Cutback by Rasul Faison to adjust to the line. Read with his eyes and move the sticks. Averaging 7 yards per carry. Great start from former Utah State running back Rasul Faison. Sellers again. Handoff, why not? Faison. Up the middle, maybe about 2 yards. Short carry. But it's definitely getting chippy here in Williams-Brice. Sellers and crew moving the chains though. Great offense so far. 2nd and 8. Rowe on the motion. Plays on again. They finally stop him up. Have to change the plan here on 3rd down. Yeah, this is an important play to see what we come out. Stack on the left. Rowe comes out on an outside motion. Sellers across the middle gets picked. Brought down about the 24. They get the takeaway with about 50 minutes to go in the first quarter. So that's a big takeaway for the Commodores. Good takeaway though from definitely a D lineman. It's a big takeaway for the Commodores. 50 seconds to go in the first quarter. Cobby and crew back in the shotgun. Pass interference. Pavia on another shotgun formation. Throws the motion pass. Brought down maybe about 4 yards on the motion pass. Gets the clock under 25 seconds. 2nd and 5. Vandy will probably run maybe one more play before the first quarter concludes. Pavia from the shotgun will not take the snap. Looks like a hard count. Yep, just a hard count, and he will take the quarter break. Into the first quarter, all nine up at 7. Alexander punches in first for the Commodores, responded by Rasul Faison. And Lenora Sellers throws a pick inside the red zone. Commodores get the takeaway, and then will continue their drive. Into the first quarter, 7-7. We'll be back in about 3 minutes. We are back on the live. Again, 7-7 after Sellers throws a pick in the red zone. Costly mistake because the Gamecocks were on the brink of getting a score, but trying to rebound off the interception. Pavia in the open trips on the left side in the shotgun. One of his receivers come in the motion as they go jet sweep and get Tackled up. Looks like by Brendan Cisse again. Great stop. Third and maybe about 3 yards to go for the Commodores. Big play here to try to get another stop, try to get the ball back before halftime because, again, Gamecocks get the ball to the second half. 3rd and 3 for the Commodores. Pavia in the shotgun, 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Slot guy comes in motion again. QB keeper. He will get just enough to get the first down. About the 45-yard line. Again, they use a lot of motions to disguise different type of plays, which is a smart play. Again, they pull that slot receiver to get that open hole in the middle for Pavia's running lane. Pavia again in the shotgun with one running back to his left. Excuse me. Get the play just off as they go for a draw. Gets brought up pretty quickly by the Gamecock defense. Pavia and crew get out of the snap. In the shotgun again. Left has open trips. One running back right behind him. Should be a delay of game. They call timeout just before it. They will use a TO before the delay of game. 12:42 to go in the first half. Take a short break and come right back. We are back, and we bring them down. Double TFL sack. Gamecock Country is alive. Demon Clowney on a big sack. Gets up, hobbling a little bit to the sideline, but great play by Clowney. 3rd and 14. This is when the crowd gets electric. Dylan Stewart hopefully can make a big electrified play to get Gamecock Country even louder. Gun one running back to his right, open trips left, and one receiver to his right. Dylan Stewart, great pressure, makes the pass incomplete. That's what I'm talking about. Brendan Cisse on the coverage. Great play from him so far defensively. That will make the Commodores punt with 11:49 to go in the first half. Great inside pressure from Dylan Stewart, the all preseason SEC defensive number 6 in the Garnet is going to be a problem. And again, great coverage over there to cover Stowers, Brandon Cisse. Vandy on the punt, high up in the air. Again, gets down maybe about the 12, 11 ish as the Gamecocks will start their drive. 1st and 10. Again, Vandy on those punts are trying to use the air to get the Gamecocks no open field for rushing as far as the punts return. Looks like Attaway will be the running back in on this drive. After phase on reproductive 2 drives so far. This is the 3rd drive for Sellers. See what we can do. Attaway moves out to his left. Throws. Hunt to his left. Maybe about 3 yards across. They got actually 4, 2nd and 6. Look hopefully for Nick Harbor again to get a big connection. Vandy calls a quick TO, looks like. Illegal substitution. That'll be a loss of 5. I'm gonna see what it was here. Second and 11 for the Gamecocks. Comes out. Left side carry up the middle gets stuffed. Maybe about 2 on the carry. 3rd and about 9. Sellers checking the line. Goes back in the pocket. Throws a dart. Nick Harbor. 15 yards. And guess what? Another first down in South Carolina. On this play, gets snacked back about 4 yards on a quick shotgun snap. Brings it back 8 yards. Sellers in the shotgun again. Hathaway comes behind them, trips, open left, bobbled snap, tries to get away, but gets sacked. Looks like that'll make it third and very long for the Gamecocks. Third and a country mile for the Gamecocks. Have to line up something from college football 26 on this one. Carolina calls the TO. We'll take a short break. Be back in about. We are back here. Williams Bryce. 7-7 after two big sacks from. We'll bring it back. So it's third and 33, about third and country mile for the Gamecocks. Carol Sellers and crew will get ready to roll. Sellers and crew break the huddle. Again, third and about a country mile. Keeping their own end, trying to make some magic right here. We'll just run it up the middle. Faison getting a great block, but only gets about half of it, as they will have to punt it. Back to Pavia. Not obviously what they wanted. I mean, two great starts to drives, and then after that, kind of panned out. Not the best looks. Again, a bad snap early too from the offensive line. Protection wise, doing okay, doing decent, stable enough. Just trying to get everything corrected. They will get the punt returned to about the 21. Pavia and crew come back out in the shotgun. 7:55 to go again in the first half. Concluding the first half, we will conclude the broadcast. And we'll pick up with some post-game stuff after. Pavia in the shotgun. Trips open to the left. Design rollout. Gets about 8 on the pitch and catch. Second is short for Vandy as they go in a hurry up. Pavia empty backfield. They go for a QB draw. Gets a first down. Good one on the coverage. Going fast tempo. Pavia again looks like empty backfield. Drops back. Throws it to Stowers, incomplete. Second and 10 with 7:06 to go in the half. Deadlock 7-7. Single back in the formation. Now they're double backed on the wheel. Quarterback keeper gets about 4. Be third and about 6. Third and 6, big play here for the Gamecock defense. Williams, Bryce on their feet, trying to get a stop, trying to get the ball back before halftime. One single back, 2 to his left. Design rollout pitch up the middle. They break a tackle, and it's good enough for another first down. Looked like a big stop right there, able to spin out the tackle and get positive yards. Pavia again in the shotgun, almost across the 50. Inside handoff. Fumble almost, but fumble out of bounds. Brought back to about the line of scrimmage. Second and 9 for the Commodores. 5:15 to go in the first half. They get false start on the offensive line, moves them back, gets some flag on the field. Looks like 72 jumped on the offensive line there. Would be big though to get would be big to get the stop here and get the ball back because then you play in the long game, you get 2 possessions. Obviously Vandy started with the ball, first possession they scored. So then Rasul Faison carried and got the 7-yard touchdown run. So trying to get 2 straight possessions, I'd take that any day. Second and 14 for the Commodores. Williams, Bryce on their feet, loud, towels rolling. Trips open onto the right side, nobody to the left. Single back in. Pavia design rollout. Gets maybe about 5, 4 maybe. Sets up third and long. 3rd and 10 for the Commodores. Williams Bryce, max stadium pulse, as in college football. 4:30 to go in the half. Look for Dylan Stewart to hopefully create some pressure here. Pavia set, ready to roll. Two receivers on the left, one to his right. Coming in motion is Stowers. Pavia tosses it, gets a first down for 11 yards. Roughing the passer on the Gamecock defense. Commodore first down. Gun. Reverse run. Gets about 9. First and goal for the Commodores. Wide receiver on the wheel. Throws it to the outside. Got some blockers. It's about half the distance. Second and goal. Pavia on the shotgun. Trey open to the right. Upside, inside middle run. Third and goal. Lost about a yard. Need a big stop here to at least limit them to a field goal. Look for a Pavia keeper, though. I could see that off of design to get some misdirection. They'll take it to a 2-minute timeout, looks like, though. Yep, they will take it to the 2-minute timeout. As we are deadlocked at 7. Massive play. 2 minutes to go in the first half and 2 minutes to go in the broadcast. Thank you all for joining us again. We got 2 minutes to go in the first half. We'll be back in about 2.5 minutes to conclude this first half. Third and goal for the Commodores. As we come out the break, look for Pavia to get vertical and try to go QB keeper here. Stacked in tight. Pavia takes the snap, looks left, throws left, incomplete. Cheryl on the left. 13-7. 5-yard reception for a TD. Not too worried though. You got a minute 56 to work with, Sellers in the offense, and then you got the ball back to start second half. So to be honest, you got time and change, and obviously stop would have been nice there, but you still got an opportunity to go down and score twice. Cisse honestly just got beat on a double move there on a spin back, and that was some good. That was a good adjustment by the receiver. Very good adjustment by the receiver. Take a quick break here. Be right back. We are back. South Carolina, Vandy. Commodores up 7-14. Not too worried though. Got two possessions. Kickoff. Obviously, just let it go back to the end zone. First and 10 on 25. Got two timeouts in their back pocket to use before halftime. 1:56 to go. Sellers drop back to phase on. Takes about 2 yards out of bounds. Second and about 8, probably. Big hit, though. Sellers might be injured there. See what the hit looks like here. Looks to be up okay, not limping at all. We'll see what happens, though. Doty comes in, minute 52 to go. Maybe try to at least compromise a score. Yeah, that was a wide open Nick Harbor ball, and yeah, kind of just dragged that play on, and then called the stoppage as the play was already developing. That was yeah, I could see why Shane Beamer and crew would be pretty irate after that one. That would make total sense. Big slot or big slant route to Nick Harbor. Vandy will take the take the targeting penalty as Carolina and crew. Doty goes out to give the call. Looks like officials are lining up for a confrontation real fast. Doty flips it out to Faison, gets out of bounds up after about 5, maybe 4. Just managing the clock well and trying to get The chain's moving at least shortly. Doty inside handoff. Faison gets about 8 yards. Be 3rd and 2 now. Doty on the shotgun snap. Handoff to Attaway. Third down for the Gamecock. False start. Empty set. Trey open left. Attaway now in the backfield with him. Timeout to Vandy. There'll be a 30-second timeout. Yeah, kind of like they're talking about on the broadcast. You got 2 possessions basically open here. If you can go down, score, and then get the ball back, start second half. Obviously, after this first half ends, we will cut the broadcast, but we'll see what happens here. Doty shotgun formation. Harbor on his left, man-to-man coverage. Maybe try to hit that row on the motion. Doty on the drop back, rolls out, jukes past the defender, spins past another one, gets down, first down. Great play from the backup quarterback Luke Doty coming in. Former receiver as well, shows his dual threat ability with his speed. They line up quickly, taking a hard count. Their sole Faison goes to the right, splits out. Carolina adjusts some of the offensive motion. He's on in the flat, gets out of bounds. Good yardage though. Doty again, single back. Trey open to the left. Nick Harbor, catch, 11 yards, brought down, 56 to go in the half. Will they go hurry up? Will they call a timeout? Harbor now limping to the sideline. Doty on the drop back, has time in the pocket, steps up, tries to evade 2 defenders, Right down after 3 yards. Carolina will call timeout. 34 to go. Doty on the shotgun brings the tight end in tight as there's a flag early. False start on the line brings them back 5. Making some adjustments to a hard count. Trey open to the right. We're still phase on in the backfield. Doty overthrown, almost intercepted. Lucky to get the ball back. 31 to go on the clock. They will drop back. Throwing it deep. Look for Rowe. 4th and 12. 26 seconds to go. Love will take the field goal, but they're going to take a timeout real quick. With that, the broadcast to an end. Thank you all for joining us. Appreciate your input. Hope you all had a good one, and thank you all for joining us. And go Gamecocks.